A very good morning to all of you. Thank you once again for joining in this class of meditation. We thank Father for giving this wonderful opportunity for us to learn about how to meditate, how to go inside in these times of crisis. I'd like to read a message from my friend Natalia from Jerusalem. She says, I must say a big thank you for your generous and kind idea of sharing magic of Father Joe with so many others. I love it and it gives me a lot. It's something that I really don't take for granted to meditate for a whole hour in my daily busy life. But I find it just amazing. Sometimes I even finish a session with tears of happiness and excitement in my eyes. So once again, thank you. And you know, Jerusalem, Father, was a place where I visited the Wailing Wall. And there you see so many women from all colors and faiths with something, a little chit inside the crevices in the wall. And for that one moment, you think that we women are all the same, because number one thing is about the family and our care and love for our family, our parents, our children. And so I just felt Jerusalem is a very moving place, and it has just so much of a soul. So thank you, Atalia from Jerusalem. And we will start now, Father. Over to you.
Namaskar. Good morning. Good evening to my North Americans. We begin with the invocation of Om. Yogena chittasya padena vacham malam sharirasya cha vaidyakena yopakarotam pravaram muninam patanjalim pranjaliranatosmi abahu purusha akaram Shankha-chakra siddharinam sahasra-shirsham shvetam pranamami patanjalim hariyo. Bow your heads to the God of your understanding, the indwelling spirit, the Antaryamin, who guides us all through this centering, dharana, dhyana, and samadhi-like disposition, bringing us to experience our true identity. I am who am, so aham, tattvam asi. Let's take a position to keep our bodies rested on the bolster with cross legs. So you have a choice of two types of cross legs. One is the Virasana cross Virasana, and the other is what is called Baddha Konasana. You're familiar with this today because we always have started the class getting in touch with the body. The major three systems in the body, awakening them. So either you go into Virasana and then you use the belt to keep your eyes together. But no problem if you cannot do this, you can just keep your feet together, knees apart, and lie back, what is called the cobbler pose, the Supta Baddha Konasana. And then you lie on the bolster. It's a different feeling. Always remember, we want to distract the preoccupative mind and create a love for interiority, which is antaranga. We have to visit this temple that we call our body. But we have never visited it because we don't know how to do it. Howard physicians have affirmed yoga when they said the first component is restedness, Shavasana. So in any asana, the essential component is restedness. Even in this posture with your legs, either simple, if you cannot do Baddha Konasana, you can just simple cross your legs and fall back. The idea is to distract the thinking mind and bring it to feel the sensation of an incoming breath on the limbs, from the waist downwards. There's a special kind of awareness created as you're inhaling. Feel the restedness in your stomach, then feel the breath in the main area of the diaphragm, vocal, thoracic, pelvic, and then also feel the breathing influencing the brain. As you inhale and as you exhale, the thyroids. There are 4 stages. Arambhavastha is over. Ghatavastha is also over, because by now you have formed. In India, we have a potter, that ghata, that makes the pot. And so in yoga, you make the posture. And once the posture is made, Ghatavastha is over, you go into Parichayavastha, which is stretch your hands over the head. And when you stretch your hands, feel the impact on your breath. Deep inhalation is possible now. Relaxed exhalation. Like a little child, enjoy the sensation. That's it. That's the right brain awakening. Every breath is special. But Anthony de Mello said, each breath has its own nuances. Like no 2 sunset skies are ever the same. Every breath is unique. Then you can rest your hands again alongside the body or on the lower abdomen. And we are in the 4th stage of Nishpatti Avastha, which is dovetailing our effort into God's grace. Mother Teresa always said, God makes things happen if you let it happen. Guruji has taught us the art and science of letting it happen. Now we are in that state of having activated the 3 systems in the body, having very specially gone into the breath body. Now it is for us to say to the Lord, take Lord. We come out of this posture to stretch our legs in legs extended Shavasana on the bolster. The bolster remains the same. I will be, after this next posture, I will give a special protocol for people who have gone through heart problems, operations, including bypass and stents and all that. How does one optimize the cardiac health? I will show that after this posture. So let's first do the basic Shavasana on the bolster and Ujjayi Pranayama. So always remember, before you start Shavasana with the posture, you bend your knees, adjust your pelvic rib. The sacrum wants to slide down, let it slide down, and then stretch your legs one by one. Then come to your shoulders, push the shoulders downwards so that your palms open up, triceps move towards the floor, biceps open up towards the ceiling. The same way as the legs also, the heels remain where they are, the metatarsals fall apart from the groin to the heel. The legs are completely relaxed, as if you had taken a spinal. Shavasana is to simulate a dead body. Then adjust the skull in such a way that your Adya chakra, that is the bunch of muscles between your eyebrows, orients itself towards the Anahata chakra, that is the cardiac plexus. And that brings, those who are using the brick, those people will be able to feel the stem of the brain resting on the front edge of the brick. That's what makes the amygdala get into action to bring about the nitric oxide. Enjoy. That brings us to the end of the initial Shavasana with a little of Ujjayi, but we will do Ujjayi after demonstrating to you how to activate the cardiac region and what we call Vishmasana. We need 2 bricks for this. Those who don't have the bricks will just continue lying down on the bolster, which we'll be coming back to. I'm just demonstrating. There are 2 sections of the shoulder blades, upper shoulder blade and lower shoulder blade, that relate to the upper chamber of the heart, the atrium, and the lower chamber of the heart, which is the ventricle. So we start with the upper chamber, and that is where you keep your shoulders pushing the top edge of the brick downwards, so that the atrial area, the upper chamber of the heart, gets opened up, and every inhalation, you breathe into the heart. I'm just demonstrating, because we'll go back to our practice of Ujjayi. This is extremely good for people with any kind of heart condition. And then you come, either you lower the brick or you move your trunk a little higher, so that the edge of the brick is on the lower shoulder blades, and you are able to feel a much deeper inhalation, because it's the activation of the ventricle. So these 2 postures done for 3 minutes each makes a huge difference when we come to the bolster, resting on the bolster, Shavasana and Ujjayi Pranayama. Now, having demonstrated that, let's get back to the bolster. Let's start with Ujjayi Pranayama. That's a basic pranayama. Again, adjust yourself. Bend your knees, adjust your sacrum. Then stretch your legs. That interruption was only to enhance the cardiac muscle activation. You know, the more you see the wisdom of Iyengar is compassion. To take our attention into the areas which need attention. That is, for him it is love. So you love the body back to life. You love your disowned energies, your disowned dimensions of your life back to life. So there is a whole psychosomatic, psycho-spiritual interpretation for these asanas that we are doing, because of which even cancer patients sometimes, who have no specific reason for them to get cancer, but once they go through the experience of pratyahara, letting go, forgiving, and once they come into this experience of dharana, centering, miraculously, spontaneous remissions are taking place. Right now we are looking at, always together with the help of oncologists. We don't disown. No, we have science and faith together. But what a difference faith makes to science, where even right now, I have a case where the doctors are saying that now you are going into a stage of spontaneous remission. Imagine, an oncologist saying this. So let's really look into the tremendous reservoir of healing that is within us. So resting on the bolster, getting into Shavasana, we go into the 3 components of healing. Restedness. Always remember, the Master is always calling us. Come to me, all you who labor and are overburdened, and I will give you rest. Feel that rest. And in that restedness, remember the second component of healing, which is, in the words of Howard Bensons, remember wellness. In the words of Ezekiel, God saying to each one of us, I have loved you with an everlasting love. And the third stage of healing, acknowledged by the scientists, is the faith factor. Those who have reservation about this can use the mantra of Julian of Norwich, the lady mystic from Norwich, Juliana. And as you're breathing in and out, you can feel that mantra becoming a deep cellular mindset, cellular consciousness set, which is all shall be well. And all manner of things shall be well. And all manner of things shall be well. Restiveness, remembered wellness, faith factor. As you're doing Shavasana, you go into Ujjayi with this triple dimension reflected within ourselves. Slowly bend your knees, roll off the bolster, keep the bolster for your calf muscles, or keep the chair or a sofa or anything to rest your calf muscles and work on the slowing down of the heart rate, because the calf muscles are the second heart. Resting the calf muscles, any way you can do it. You can do it by keeping the bolster, horizontal bolster, and resting your calves on it. Keep the knees bent and rest your heels on the floor. Or you can do it as I am doing it, resting the calves on the chair, keeping a support for your head. And now we are between the previous posture and this posture, those who would like to do the cardiac work could introduce those double brick restorative Vishmasana, which I demonstrated. But now you feel an impact of the hypometabolic conditioning taking place, slowing down of the breath, slowing down of the heart rate. And if we are truly in a state of Ishvara Pranidhana, the slowing down of the brain waves, at least get off the beta state and come into alpha. It all depends on the three components. How very rested are you? How very aware are you that you are blessed, you are good, you are all right? Or the Howard physician repeats and says, remember wellness. Or Ezekiel says, I have loved you with an everlasting love. How very much you feel that percolating into every cell in your being. Then you come to also feel the faith factor, that all shall be well. And as you're doing this, you see that your breath becomes uninterruptedly continuous, which is Ujjayi. The essential component for Dharana, Jnana, and the resultant Samadhi. Inhalation dovetailing into the exhalation. Exhalation dovetailing into the inhalation. Like a little child, be absorbed in the sensation of the Ujjayi Pranayama. Gently come out of the posture and get ready for digital pranayama. We use a position to sit upright. Those who have open back chairs, can use sitting into the chair, backrest of the chair. Adjust your body in such a way that you are able to rest your elbows. Those who are not using any chair or just sitting on the floor or sitting on the height of a bolster or sitting in the sofa, no problem. Just keep your spines upright and you should be able to use your fingers of the dominant hand. When I say dominant, some people are right-handed, some people are left-handed. So I say right or the dominant. So those who are left-handed can be the dominant for them is the left. There was a question yesterday, therefore I answered it this way. So relax your palm, keep your index finger and middle finger into the palm, relaxed. Use only the tip of your thumb and the tip of your ring finger, the tip of your thumb on the right or the dominant, and the ring finger on the non-dominant, for me it's the left. And you start breathing in and out in the same way as we were doing Ujjayi. Those who have a deviated septum, be gentle on the side that you have a blocked feeling. And the degree in which you will lovingly, with attention, use that little obstructed passage also to breathe in and breathe out. There is a protocol in Iyengar to open up the nostril that is compromised because of a deviated septum. But do not get discouraged. Just minimize, do not pressurize, but minimize the pressure there and adjust both the nostrils inhalation, both the nostrils exhalation. Now we go into Anuloma Pranayama. Inhalation from both the nostrils, exhalation from a single nostril, starting with the right or the dominant. Do it with relaxation, please, but upright back, rested brain. After exhaling from the right or the dominant side, drop your hands down. this interlude should be to check whether we are in touch with the bandhas, the sluice gates. As you're inhaling, feeling the firmness in the Mula Bandha, Muladhara Chakra, the muscles all around the coccyx, feeling as you're inhaling a sense of alertness. It's natural. You don't have to make too much of an effort. These are all inbuilt facilities that God has given us, except that we have never been aware of it. As you're exhaling, this is more easy. You can feel the abdominal muscles relaxing, which is called the Dhyana Bandha, enabling the lifted up energy in the Mula Bandha inhalation to be retained in the sternum. And then, having lifted up the energy of the spine upwards, we now bring the energy of the intelligence downwards. And that is Jalandhara Bandha. For that you have to be, it's a very subtle adjustment of the skull. Now after taking an inhalation, before you exhale, there is that pause. During that pause, you can remind your front brain to be oriented towards the heart. And that is internally done. When you place your fingers now, let us also do it externally so that you adjust the skull to make the fingers rest properly on the nostrils. Then you start, exhale from both the nostrils, inhale from a single nostril, starting with the dominant, that's the right. Exhale from both the nostrils, inhale from the other nostril, the non-dominant. Exhalation, both the nostrils. Inhalation, single nostril. Pratiloma Pranayama. After inhaling from the right or the dominant, drop your hands. Now we're going to combine both into what is called Nadi Shodhana Pranayama. Now let me tell you that this digital pranayams culminating in Nadi Shodhana Pranayama are the surest way to shut the chatter of the mind. It's impossible for even a most intellectually oriented or emotionally disturbed personality, or even having psychiatric disorder, because of which three factors that prevent our ability to be with the breath. And of course, deep emotional hurts, because of which we cannot even recall our emotions. And that sickness is called alexithymia. All that can go away. And that is why we are going to do this in a little longer way. It is the cyclic breathing. Start with inhalation from both the nostrils. Exhale from the right to the dominant. and start the cycle according to your own rhythm. Don't have to follow what I am saying. You just follow the structure. Inhalation from the right or the dominant. Exhalation from the left or the non-dominant. Re-inhalation from the left or the non-dominant. Exhalation from the right or the dominant. Enjoy childlike play with your breath in a unique way to be focused, fully centered. After exhaling from the right to the dominant, drop your hands, adjust your body to bring it to alertness, rested alertness. Spine upright, even if you're resting your spine on the chair or backrest of the sofa, participate with alertness. Now we come to the great discovery of building up a nitric oxide 19-fold, and that is Brahmari Pranayama. So we breathe in, normal breathing, but as we are breathing out, we hum like the bumblebee. We hum the exhalation. We will do it plain, without any Sanmukhi Mudra. We will do the Sanmukhi Mudra after doing this for a while. Inhalation, humming exhalation, like the sound of the bumblebee. Brahmari. Gently open your eyes. Now we go into Sanmukhi Mudra. You lift your elbows to the level of your shoulders. Place your index finger and middle finger to gently bring the upper eyelid in a downward position. Keep the ring finger in the place where we were resting our digital pranayama. Keep the little finger rested on the upper lip, upper cheek, and then project this projection, Trajai, with your thumb. You can pressurize that and completely shut. And now do Brahmari Pranayama. Inhale and keep humming as you exhale. Gently drop your hands. Now get into a position for Dhyana Meditation. You may remain seated, you may lie back, lie on the floor, keep your calves rested on the sofa, on the chair. It's the best position to keep the hypometabolic conditioning ongoing. And then choose a mantra that we use as dharana instrument, centering. Restedness is essential for meditation. Remember, wellness is a result of restedness and a faith factor that comes in and is sustained by the devotion, the bhakti of the sadhaka, of the seeker in meditation, remaining centered on the word. The word, according to your faith expressions. Heavenly Father, Divine Mother, open our hearts to the silent presence of the Spirit of your Son. Lead us into that mysterious silence where your love is revealed to all who call Ma Ra Na Tha. Hari Om. Shalom. Allah.
Thank you, Father. That was wonderful. And you're going to sing for us something.
Yes. Sweet kindly light amid the encircling gloom, lead thou me on. The night is dark and I am far from home. Lead thou me on. Keep thou my feet, I do not ask to see the distant sea. One step enough for me. I was not ever thus afraid that thou shouldst lead me on. I love to choose and see my path, but now lead thou me on. I love the garish day in spite of fear. Pride ruled my will, remember no past years. So long thy power had blessed me, sure it still will lead me on. O'er moor and fen, o'er crag and torrent till the night is gone. And with the morn, those angel faces smile, which I have loved long since and lost awhile. Thank you.
Thank you, Father. That was wonderful.